So good day everyone and God bless. I'm Christine A. Maestrado and today I will continue the discussion and today I will discuss the development theories and other relevant theories in Freud psychoanalytic theory. So, what is psychoanalysis and definition and history of psychoanalytical theory? Psychoanalysis is a type of theory that aims to release pent up or represent emotion and memories in or lead the client to catharsis or healing. So as you can see the picture, there are self-actualization, esteem, love and belonging, self-needs, psychological needs. So now the founder of psychoanalysis is Sigmund Freud and his concept. Freud was born in Austria and spent most of his childhood and adult life in Vienna. Sigmund Freud biography in 2017. He entered medical school and trained to become a neurologist, earning a medical degree in 1881. And now let's proceed to the model of the mind. So conscious. This is where our current thoughts, feelings, and focus lie. So we can see conscious like conscious of feelings. Second, precocious, sometimes called the subconscious. This is the home or everything we can recall or retrieve from our memory. Like you forget something or forgot, then you need to recall or retrieve from your memory or your mind. So that's the precautions. Third, unconscious. At the deepest level of our minds resides and respiratory of the process that drive our behavior, including primitive and intellectual desires in MacLeod 2013. As word unconscious. And next, the ID, the ego, and the superego. So first, ID. The ID operates at an unconscious level and focuses solely on instinctual drive and desires. So, ang ID daw is nag-hold siya sa or nag-operate siya sa unconscious. And then the second is the ego. The ego acts as both a consultant for and a check on the ID working to meet the ID's needs in a socially appropriate way. So, ang ego daw is like kaning siya mo'y nag-check sa kung unsay ginabuhat ni ID or nagwork ba ang ID. Third, superego is the portion of the mind in which morality and higher principles resides, encouraging us to act in a socially and morally acceptable ways in MacLeod 2013. So ang superego daw mura siya mo'y nag-give nimo og confidence to encourage nga imo na siyang mabuhat to act socially and morally and acceptable ways nga madawat po siya in a society or socially. And here is the defense mechanism. Freud believed these three parts of the mind are in constant conflict because each part has a different primary goal. So si Freud daw kay nagatuo yun siya sa main three parts nga different primary goal. And this defense mechanism include repression. The ego pushes disturbing or threatening thoughts out of one consciousness. First, denial. The ego blocks upsetting or overwhelming experience from awareness, causing the individual to refuse to acknowledge or believe what is happening. Second, projection. The ego attempts to solve discomfort by attributing the individual unacceptable thoughts, feelings, and motives to another person. So, muna siya ang projection. Displacement. The individual satisfies as impulse by acting on a substitute object or person in a socially unacceptable way. Example, releasing, frustrating, directing toward your boss on your supposed instead. Regression. As a defense mechanism, the individual more backward in development in order to cope with stress. Example, an overwhelmed adult acting like a child. So, klaro na po kayo siya sa example no nga, ang refrigeration daw kay kaning imbes adult na ka, then ikaw muak lang gyapon ka like a child, mo gyapon kag baby muak bisan adult na ka. So, sublimation. Similar to displacement, this defense mechanism involves satisfying an impulse by acting on a substitute but in a socially acceptable way. Example, channeling energy into work or construct hobby and Mac Lead 2013. And now, proceed the 5 psychosexual stage of development. First stage, oral, the child seek pleasure from the mouth, example, sucking. Second stage, the child seek pleasure from the anus, example, withholding and expelling feces. Third stage, phallic, the child seek pleasure from the penis or clitoris, example, masturbation. So, murag familiar ka na ako ang third stage, no? Pero, like, kanang penis, example, masturbate ang laki or something. Fourth stage, latent, the child has little or no sexual motivation. Fifth stage, genital, child seek pleasure from the penis or vagina, example, sexual intercourse. So ang fifth stage dahil mo na lang girl ano boy magkuha na sila into a sexual. And now the approach of psychoanalytic perspective. In the psychoanalytic approach, the focus is on the unconscious mind rather than the conscious mind. Methods and techniques, and there are 4 basic components that comprise modern psychoanalysis. First, interpretation. Second, transference analysis. Third, technical naturality. Fourth, counterference analysis. So that's all. Thank you everyone and God bless.